Hello, hello. Back doing this again. And yeah, I'm playing Grand Zeroes today, and the title is not a lie. People will contest that point to the ends of the earth, but I will always and forever consider this to be one of the greatest Metal Gear games of all time. I really want to just do like a clean playthrough, you know? No no BS here, just, playing the game and doing everything all from the start, which is, basically how MGS goes these days. You just have to keep doing things over and over and over because there's nothing new. But it's fine. I would honestly rather play the same Metal Gear games over and over and over rather than turn that off. I'd really rather play the same Metal Gear games over and over and over rather than uh, have them make something new that isn't good, you know? Realistically, I can crank all of these settings up as high as I possibly can, and it wouldn't matter in terms of FPS, but I don't think I'll really do that. I was gonna say, I don't know why it's blurry, but no, it's good now. Graphic settings, high, 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 medium, medium, medium. Yeah, everything's good there. Okay. Game start. Yeah, this is a completely new save, new everything. I am probably going to watch all the cutscenes as well because, why not? We all know how that happened. Don't really need a refresher there. Guantanamo Bay before it was cool. I've always loved the intro to Ground Zeroes because it's just so, like, I don't know, it's just really, really well done in terms of the cinematography, which is ironic considering this is a video game, but, Hideo Kojima has always and forever wanted to be a movie director rather than a game director, probably. He loves his movies very, very much, which is extraordinarily evident.
Told us everything.
The depth of field pisses me off, though.
Don't worry, I kept my word.
I hate to say it.
He didn't suffer long.
But I think that might be a function of the cutscene rather than the game settings.
You earned it.
I would be very concerned about dropping that thing in the middle of a rainstorm from that height, just because I feel like that's some pretty sensitive technology.
How's it feel to play the traitor?
Especially for 1975.
No more war games. You're a real man now,
soldier. And I do like how they foreshadowed the vocal cord parasites in this game, even if it meant absolutely nothing. Even if that was a completely, like, pointless...
Give my regards to your boss when you get home.
Even if that was a completely pointless plot point in this game. I do find it funny that they put the copyright information right there. Yeah, the intro to this game is just incredible. No one can tell me any different. Might be one of the best introductions in the entire series. I have a lot of love for this game. Its successor, I have a love-hate relationship with. This game, I mostly just love. Even if it is, you know, very short and sweet. But that's the point. That's what I like about it.
10 days ago, we got reports that Paz was still alive.
She survived.
She was rescued by a Belizean fisherman who found her drifting in the Caribbean.
So what's the plan? Silence her before we're compromised?
No. I've got something else in mind. Our friends at Cypher suspect Paz could be a double agent. She's being held for interrogation at a camp on the southern tip of Cuba.
Black site. Nice. A slice of American pie on communist soil and out of U.S. legal jurisdiction.
The upcoming inspection of Mother Base has to be connected somehow. The timing's too perfect.
The UN's nuclear inspection.
My guess is they're trying to corroborate Paz's leak.
It is a little bit weird, in my opinion, that
If our capabilities gets out, and we'll have the whole world out to shut
I
us
just
down.
didn't really understand that bit, how they're connected,
Agency involved bad.
because it's like the inspection was a thing that was gonna happen for like that had been known about. They had known that that was gonna happen, and the fact that Paz got recovered at this point in time is,
on our side.
me personally, that's a lot more of a coincidence than anything. Because I remember in Peace Walker, they were like, oh yeah, the UN is going to inspect us, and then, or was that in Peace Walker? I don't really remember. I thought it was. I thought that it was known about ahead of time, and then Paz got recovered, and, you know, obviously it's still suspicious, but it's like, how did they have enough time to interrogate her and get her to spill all the beans if they already, you know... With this inspection coming up, I feel like they wouldn't have been able to do that.
Trojan horse is in.
And that's something that we never see again in the rest of the series. Skullface is so edgy and cool, but he's such a shit villain at the same time.
This pirate crackdown's a go. Move.
Imagine being the poor guys that have to sit on the outside. They just get soaked. I love how they erase the XOF stuff, like Mother Base wouldn't know that it's XOF.
So who's the other target?
That would be Chico. He's being held in the same area as Paz. Last radio contact was 40 hours ago. Find them both. Bring them back alive. Enter the compound from the south cliff. Secure Chico and Paz, then report back from the rendezvous point.
So again, the intro to this game is absolute cinema. And everybody in 2014 shitting their pants out of excitement. Which, you know, is valid. How do you have any traction in that chute, bro? How is he climbing a cliff with, like, in a latex bodysuit? Do you have any, like, treads or, you know, what am I trying to say? Like, the soles of his feet are completely flat. How do you have the traction to climb a cliff like that? It's not well, you know what I mean. It looks like latex at least. I know that it's not, but my point still stands. He has no, like, cleats or anything on his shoes. How is he climbing that? How does he have the traction to do so?
I'm in front of the prison camp.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
I want to try not to use the night vision when I do this. Aramid fiber, kind of like Kevlar. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I never really knew if that was like an actual material that existed. I didn't know if that was a real thing, I'll be honest. Why did he need the night vision to climb the cliff, but not infiltrate the base? I mean, yeah, he has it in his inventory when you start the game, but you know what I mean. And he doesn't get spotted there. Sure, buddy. A Hideo Kojima game. What is hanging off of his belt? That was so weird. His arm was blocking it. I see. Big boss on a smartphone.
Chico and Paz are being held in an old, unused part of the compound.
I suppose that's
Inside and
valid.
northeast.
That actually makes sense. I would say. All right, here we go.
Mission info has been
This is an infiltration mission. You've got to stay out of sight.
This is true. This is true. His depth perception is canonically bad.
Weak on the area. If you ready your weapon while crawling, you can move horizontally
Oh, shit.
left or right. If you do that holding the dash button, you'll move faster.
I probably could have kept going there, but I didn't really want to risk it. I'm not trying to like speedrun this or anything. Again, I don't... Considering the sneaking suit, right? Oh, it's meant to prevent hypothermia, but it's like skin tight,
Press the action button.
and you're obviously soaked to the bone. Even if you're wearing like Kevlar, if this is some kind of a Kevlar, like, I don't know. To me, it just feels like you would be at a much higher risk to get hypothermia wearing something like that. Because you need layers and you need insulation. You know what I mean?
Bring up the target's location on your iDroid. Contact me if you need advice.
Let me try something. This might be kind of dumb because there's a guard up there. You know what? I'm going to... Yeah, I would tend to agree. Shit.
You should move the bodies of enemies somewhere. You can now either interrogate
Yeah,
them,
the Phantom Pain sneaking suit seemed like it had a lot more insulation.
CP, this is Delta 4. Just saw a suspicious person. Need someone...
Shut up.
Delta 4, what's wrong? Come in, Delta 4.
He'll be fine.
We have a situation. All units on alert.
Jesus, is my sensitivity like too high? It might be. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, this sneaking suit, I love the look of it. I really do. But I think from a, like, functionality standpoint, it's probably subpar. Because, again, like I'm saying, it looks like he's soaked to the bone here.
That's the old prison area. The targets are there.
Yeah, I don't want to use night vision because that's a little cheesy. I'm missing all of my shots. Hang on. The fuck? Okay, Where is it? Okay, there we go. Can I hit him from here?
CP, this is Zulu 10. Still no sign of the enemy.
There we go.
Standing down. Over.
Did not want to spend that much ammo, but... Yeah, the reason that I like the open world of Ground Zeroes is because it's open enough to the point where you can move around and you're not, like, too restricted. But, at the same time, you're also, like... there's also a definite, like, progression to how you have to go through and move. It allows you to make your own way, but there's areas where it shrinks down and it forces you to take a certain path, which is what I like. Oh, it should have been open level, not open world, similar to the Hitman series. That's interesting. That's interesting. I have not played Hitman basically at all. Like, I know of it, obviously. But,
No, go away! Go away! Get off, man. Let me out of here, please. Get off me!
Where's that light coming
Get
from?
off!
Chico, keep it down.
Go away! Right over here. Hey, you gotta let me out. You let me out, no! Stay here. Get off me!
How do they even know that there's another person? I mean, I guess I can hear him talking, but... all they can hear is Chico freaking out, mostly.
Chico, calm down.
I've never seen someone use that method of choking someone before. I mean, I can see how it would work, but seems a little odd to me. I wonder if that's more so used in order to just, you know, take people down and not, like, cause them any real damage. Because I suppose if you put them in a chokehold or something, that could hurt pretty bad.
Not here.
You thought he was going to kill him.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Hold on.
Thought it was killing him. Yeah, well, I mean, you'd be forgiven for believing that, because Big Boss has done way worse.
Not gonna happen.
You'll have to carry him
That's like right through the Achilles.
Haul Chico over to the rendezvous point. We'll get Posse's whereabouts out of him once he's calmed down.
Yeah, I don't need them, but thanks.
Mission info has been updated.
the RV on your map. Okay, now carry Chico there.
Now, if I remember correctly... Shit. There we go. Got it eventually. There we go. I'm not half bad with these trank shots. Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait a minute. Turn that off. I cannot for the life of me
Margot Place.
use
Please the landing zone.
camera shake in this game, or the Phantom Pain for that matter.
The RV's just a little further.
So let me think. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to hop in the truck.
Great. You reach the RV.
That's usually what I like to do, because that'll take me right to where the extra trank ammo is. And that's an easier area to get through. I love how Skullface is just playing his mixtape while he abuses a child.
She's dead.
When was this recorded?
She's dead.
Although technically Paz isn't. That's a stupid plot point. Paz looks 14, and she certainly should have been. They acted like she wasn't, but whatever. I mean, yeah, that song is really good. I need to watch that movie. I really do.
Mission info has been updated.
This helicopter is going to take 30 years to get here because this is Ground Zeroes. I have the real cassette. Oh, nice. That's cool.
This is
Arriving shortly at LZ.
Yeah, I think that, like, canonically she was, like, 20 or something. But it's so goofy because she doesn't at all look like it. And I just chalk that up to typical... Like, I swear, that happens all the time in like, anime and stuff, where they're like, oh yeah, she's actually, like, 18, but she looks like she's, you know, a child, which is just weird. And I don't want to get into that too much, but... Yeah, we don't talk about the dating side ops. Yeah, that's... Have you ever wanted to listen to somebody being tortured on tape? Well, now you can. With the all-new technology from Sony called the iDroid. Turn that off.
Chico left the tape on record while he was being moved. Try using what you hear to find Paz. If you're still
I
not sure,
don't know, man.
listen to the tape again.
Regardless, another thing that I love about Ground Zeroes, holy shit, is just the aesthetic of it, man. Like, it's just so, like, gritty, and so I have to keep that guy alive, because if I knock him out, he won't drive the truck. And I guess getting in the truck is a little bit cheesy, because it's, you know... Yo, this shush. This recording of someone being tortured is such a good song. And he doesn't hear or see me get in the truck, by the way. My gun is currently phasing through the floor. That's cool. Hey, Hideo Kojima game. Now, see, even if I take the suppressor off, it does. I think I can still get an S rank as long as I don't get an alert, which I should be able to avoid. It's just going to be a little tricky because I got to make sure that when this guy gets out of the truck, I don't screw myself over. A surveillance camera? I love how there's one surveillance camera in this whole open area. I guess they figured the guards would do the job, but I feel like you want more security cameras in this area. Or in the outer areas, I mean. So there's a guard up there, there's a security cam up there. Can I mark it from here? I don't think so. Yeah, there's that one. There's one in the admin building. There's one there.
That's the admin building. Watch your corners.
I gotta be careful because the dude who's along the sidewalk here can spot you pretty easily if you're not careful. I don't really need this ammo, but it's good to have anyway. Let me get down here. Yeah, on hard mode, that guy will basically spot you no matter what. If you're even crouching. There we go. The aesthetic of this game is fucking incredible. It's just so damn good. It's so gritty and realistic, and I love it. And you're like, yeah, the Phantom Pain did do that, but the realism of the Phantom Pain went out the window once they introduced wormholes and shit. And don't get me wrong, that stuff's cool, but it's just like, this is breaking my immersion completely. Are we serious? Man, I'm trash. Oh my god, I can't aim. How did that miss? Jesus, I am terrible. I should have just walked up and fucking CQC those guys, because now I have, like, no bullets left. 11. Okay, whatever. Yeah, the aesthetic of this game is second to none. I gotta be careful because they're... I hate that the fact that... Why does it do that? Like, if I walk next to this thing, it, like, I snap to it and I, like, stand up. That's really annoying. Anyway. This cell specifically is really cool. I love how, you know, she's in this... I love the symbolism here with, like, the shadows and the pose that she's in. Like, there's, like, a cross in the shadow. And she's, you know, in this position with her arms up. Which is, of course, meant to symbolize, you know, like, the crucifixion, like Jesus kind of thing. Oh my god, and this version of Love Deterrence is so heartbreaking. Yeah, we don't talk about the Ground Zeroes tapes.
Get Poss onto the helicopter.
So there are guards that show up over here. So I've got to be careful of that. I'm gonna put her down for a sec. Am I good? Okay, I think I'm good. Because I wasn't sure. I should have just CQC'd that guy. I'm so stupid. Son of a... Hang on, okay. Dump her here. Wow. I'm good at this game, don't worry. Okay. I wonder if I should risk it and try to get that extra thing of ammo. You think there's a lot of fake fans? I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few people that got into the games with the Phantom Pain and that kind of thing. Which, you know, is not necessarily bad. I think that there's a large contingent of people who probably only played the Phantom Pain. And, you know, while I don't recommend starting there, personally, I'm like, you know, you start where you start, and... okay, this might be a little risky, because I hope these guys out here don't see me. If I get spotted here, I'm screwed. I think I'm good. Okay, this ammo is going to be useful. There isn't even anyone over there. I just got to dodge these cameras. I think I should be able to. Yeah, the Phantom Pain really had no reason to do what it did in its second chapter. It's a little risky, but it's fine. I can just... I don't think there's any Frank ammo in here. Yeah, well, and see, this is the thing, is, of course, Chapter 2 was unfinished, as any and every MGS fan alive will tell you. So, unfortunately, Chapter 2 was significantly less cool than it could have been. It could have been really, really awesome, but Konami needed their money. Oh, son of a... How did those miss? Money back. My god, I'm so low on ammo.
Go ahead and call the chopper. Keep an eye out for nearby enemies. They can try to shoot down the chopper.
Landing zone confirmed.
I got 3 bullets in a dream. There should be only a few people in between me and the chopper, so I think I'm pretty much good. I could trank that guy and get the ammo up there, but I don't really want to take any more time than I have to. If anything, I can always dump pause and go CQC or something like that. See, there's this guy here. I don't know why those CQC animations look so weird in this game. Like, it's just kind of odd. That was a pretty good shot. So I think I'm good for now. On the harder difficulties, this section's a little iffy because there's guards in weird places, I think. But I want to say I'm pretty good here. I'm really proud of this. I mean, I took my time and I went pretty slow, but he was indeed. But from a consumer's perspective, I have to say, like, I really wish that they could have just let him finish the game, you know? I really would have preferred that rather than, nope, we're gonna cut your funding and all that. This rock is much more high resolution than all of the others for some reason. Like, if you look at it. Probably because it was in a cutscene. They just carried over the animation, or the texture, I mean.
Mission info has been updated.
No alerts, no continues. Now they notice the chopper. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not going to be able to hit anybody there. There we go. Clear the Ground Zeroes mission, and I got the S rank too, so that's good. Does that say 30 minutes? Oh. You know what? That is probably fair, to be honest. I could probably clear this mission faster, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. Phantom Pain got next-gen visuals on a 2006 console. Yeah, the fact that they managed to put this game, well, either of those games, on the PS3 is incredible.
She's rigged. Damn it, we were set up.
We gotta get it out. Go
No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
When you listen to it,
Hold her down!
this is the moment Big Boss changed forever, like he wasn't evil in Peace Walker. I will say, I felt like Big Boss was kind of like more morally ambiguous in Peace Walker, and then of course, you know, at this point he, you know, I don't think that this was like the kicker though. I think that at the end of Peace Walker he was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm just gonna be evil now. You know, it doesn't sound like he's cutting anything. This scene is extraordinarily gruesome.
Keep her gut in.
Can you imagine being fucking conscious for all of this? This shit was never getting monetized in the first place. I don't got enough subs for that.
Boss.
I don't know. And here's the thing. Me personally, the idea of there being
Stable. No active bleeding.
no active bleeding. Are you kidding?
Hold her steady. It's got to be a continuous suture.
Control tower, this is Morpho 1. All hummingbirds are on the wing. We'll shake hands, then head back to the cage. Boss, you got a call. Boss, can you hear me?
What's up, Huey?
Our guests are right on time. Document destruction and hangar decontamination are complete. AFVs have been stowed away, and Zeke's on the seafloor along with a nuke. Everyone's got their story straight. The guided tour will be wrapped up by the time you get home.
Make me proud.
By the time they leave, I'll have the IAEA praising us as the poster boys for world peace. Out.
So how long did this helicopter ride take? I wish there was a more definite like time frame, like if they were like, oh, like 4 hours later or something. I don't know. And it took Chico this long to know that she had another mom. Or well, actually, he didn't know.
The lake seems fine, but
I thought Pequod was a different person. I was fairly I was fairly certain that Morpho and Pequod were two different people. This game always takes me right back to 2014. I mean, I wasn't around. I wasn't aware of when this game released and all of the hype around it and all that thing, but it does put me in the... It makes me feel as though I'm back in 2014 and I'm just now witnessing this for the first time. And seeing how cool MGS 5 is going to be in the modern age. No offense, but how are you a private military and you get, like, completely screwed over like this? 5.56 would not be enough to take down the chopper, but what do I know? Me personally doesn't feel like it would be. Your 3 S++ soldiers were gone. You know what would have been really evil is if this game had an actual impact on Peace Walker. Like if it somehow linked your Peace Walker save to this game or something like that, and then it did genuinely kill all of your Kaz did the XOF attack. He knew more than he let on, which, you know, was obviously really subversive and really, I would argue, pretty, yeah, I would say subversive. And I don't know, I feel like Huey has a bigger stake in this, but I understand the idea that apparently Mosquito is one of the people in this cutscene, but I never noticed it. You know what I find a little funny is the fact that they don't, like, change their arsenal in 9 years. They're still using the same guns 9 years later. I really would have liked to have more time spent in this section of the game. You guys ready for it?
Inspection was nothing but a smoke screen. I heard explosions, then... They played us like a damn fiddle! Give it back! This isn't right, that was ours! We built it, damn it!
Fiddle.
You spying bitch! Come on, start talking, bitch! Come on, get up and start talking!
Miller in this game was like genuinely fucking scary, bro. I know there's like that scene in the Phantom Pain where they kill Skullface and his face is all bloody like it is now, and that shit's just like genuinely terrifying.
Alright, we got it out.
But, you know, neither of these games are canon anyway, so it doesn't really matter. None of this matters, these games aren't canon, and I will always and forever believe that. Why does that helicopter just randomly appear? Like, I feel like if they were crashing, I don't know. The US was fingered. Hee 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 hee. Yeah, it really did. It just rewrote a bunch of shit that didn't need to be there. I think Peace Walker added a cool, I don't know. I thought that Peace Walker's story was good enough to the point where I could like tolerate it being added on, but MGS5's story being the way it was, nah, it didn't add anything, and the fact that it screwed up stuff so much, really not ideal, and I personally, that's why I just don't consider it as part of the continuity.
That ours is a society that murders the innocent.
Fuck, but his speech here is so good.
Do you too believe your sacrifice will change the world?
If you really think about it, the entirety of, like, Metal Gear games after, like... I mean, like, dude, how many Metal Gear games are prequels? Like, how many of them? I feel like the majority of them are prequels. 3, Peace Walker, 5, Portable Ops, that's like 4 games right there. And yeah, and I hate to say it, but... yeah, the only game that was not a prequel that was made after MGS4 was, you know, Rising, which I can see. This is the thing. You know what's ironic? I think that Rising is a better addition to the canon of MGS than MGS5, which is supposed to be canon, which is so ironic. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't used a CD or a cassette in a very long time, so I can't speak as to whether the quality is better. I wouldn't disbelieve it. Yeah, I've always liked cassettes and CDs. Like, that's kind of... I grew up with CDs. That was my generation. And, you know, streaming services are nice, but of course you have to pay for it. And the technology is nice, but there is something special about having a physical... Having it on a physical medium is really, really cool, to be honest. I really do need to watch this movie. I could try to pronounce it, but I don't, it might be on like Amazon or something, I don't know. And I do like how this song connects to the story of the game, because you have Paz and Chico, and, you know, they die in this game, obviously, and, you know, they are really important characters with regards to setting in motion the events of the Phantom Pain. And they're not innocents, unlike, you know, Nicola and Bard. They're not, like, necessarily innocent, but they are certainly in over their heads and have much less culpability with regards to all of the death and destruction and stuff that goes on. But at the same time, you can also argue, but their actions ended up causing this stuff in terms of like a butterfly effect. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why, but the CQC in this game looks kind of goofy for some reason. Like when I you know, hit that guy earlier, it was like the animation was just kind of scuffed and didn't look really nice. And I think what's interesting about that is in the Phantom Pain, they adjust the camera to make it more like cinematic. They have like a specific camera angle. Whenever you do a CQC, it changes the camera angle. But in Ground Zeroes, the camera angle remains the same, so it, I guess, can look sort of awkward. I'd have to look at it again in order to see how similar it is to MGS3, but I probably not wrong. There's probably similarities there. It's crazy how much went into this game, and meanwhile it's like a small section of the entirety of MGS5. But I guess what you can say is that there's something to be said about the fact that they had to develop the Fox engine for this game, and they had to create all of these assets and textures and lighting, and so this was the game that allowed them to, you know, really create everything. Yeah, if Ground Zeroes was like $5, or rather better case scenario, if it was just part of the Phantom Pain, because I don't know if some people know this, but in that section after Phantom Limbs, where it shows the destruction of MSF, that was supposed to be where this game was inserted. But then Konami was like, no, we like money, so we're going to just make this its own game and charge $30 for it. And then the Phantom Pain could just, you know, we're going to cut off the ending of that because we also need money. I'm not, like, when it comes to the whole, you know, that kind of thing, I understand why Konami did what they did, but I also think that it was just unfortunate that they... You can't ask them to just keep pouring money into MGS5 and being like, yep, we'll keep going, and just nodding their heads the whole time as Kojima goes wildly over budget and takes way longer than he needs to with the game. Sacco I Vanzetti. Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah, you can't expect them to be okay with just dumping money and time into the development of a game that they're not seeing a return on investment on. But yeah, imagine if they had 2 more years. Imagine if they had started. But I mean, I don't know. The time frame that they had was more than long enough. It was like 5 years from the release of Peace Walker to the release of Ground Zeroes, to my knowledge. Or maybe it was to the release of the
Cypher's
Phantom.
been in hiding ever since his grand experiment. No one's seen him in years. All we hear are orders delivered by proxy. Except you. You met with him, face to face, in order to contact Big Boss. Tell me where he is. Where is Cypher? Where is Zero? I've never known choice. Where I was born, the language I speak, I've never had the freedom to choose for myself. But you, right now, are free. Do as you will.
This will save Big Boss.
It may.
Will you really kill Zero for me?
Not for you.
All right. Zero is...
I love that bit from Skullface. And I love how this game specifically fits in so well with real life events. Les enfants terribles. You know what's so funny? In 2008, they're like, we're going to close Guantanamo Bay, and then they just didn't. It's still open. Oh, Kojima. He put that in there because he thought that it was going to happen. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just saying that because it connected nicely to this game and the inspiration for Camp Omega. 1080p cutscene. This is the first game to advertise another game within a game. And I love how 90% of this like cutscene is just like reshot clips from Ground Zeroes. I mean, I do think they show some new stuff.
You've been in a coma for quite some time. Yes, I know.
Or is this a 720p cutscene? Looks more like 720p. 9 years.
9 years. Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
But holy fuck, this trailer is cool. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain is a game that premiered in theaters in 2016.
Comrades got lost. Won't stop hurting.
Perhaps if you know that reference. Yeah, see, they show, like, no new stuff. they show the beginning of the game, which at that point had already been finished. Alrighty. That, sniper rifle, gun, Chico's tape, hard difficulty, side ups that I don't really... Yeah, MGS5 is a glorified movie. You could make a really good movie out of it. Actually, realistically, that would be so cool. We need Kojima to, like, collaborate with, like, an actual movie director and make a Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain movie and, like, finish the story and, like, sew up all of the plot holes. But that would never happen because Konami is going to, like, milk this. They're going to hang on to this IP and milk it from, you know, for as long as they possibly can. And yeah, that's my point, is that he doesn't own it, so he can't do anything with it. It would be so funny to see, like, a reconciliation between Konami and Kojima to, like, hand over the rights to him, but I think he should have control of his own property, but that's just me. You know, all of the legal documents have already been done saying Konami owns this, so, you know, it's not really anything that he can do about it. Anyway, so I don't know, do I want to do a... Mission select. Do I want to do a side op or two? I'm not sure. I hate that one. That one's not bad. I don't know. Yeah, I do think it would make a really, really cool movie, but, again, like I said, Kojima doesn't own it, and anything, as much as for all the shit that I give him, about his writing and direction and whatever, I would not have any other director on the planet make Metal Gear Solid. And no other director on the planet could do it because they're not Hideo Kojima. And I saw this post on Steam the other day that was like, oh, we should just make MGS4, or I mean, not MGS4, Jesus, MGS6 without Kojima. Konami should just pull the trigger and do it and make a game, and it would be so cool. And all the comments were clowning him like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, yeah, do not ask Konami to make another Metal Gear game. After Delta, I don't trust them to do anything right. Not saying Delta was bad, but... Anyway, I think I'm going to call this one here. I'm going to see if I can talk for another 2 minutes to get it to an even hour. Snatcher got a whole mission for riding in Ground Zeroes. Yeah. And here's the thing. I've heard that Konami is, like, on the verge of being bought out by Sony or something like that. I think Steel told me that one time. That there's rumors that may be a possibility, which, you know, honestly would be so hilarious because Sony owns PlayStation, and PlayStation is, you know, they've been really supportive of publishing Kojima's, you know, works in terms of Death Stranding. So it would be really, really interesting to see Konami's works, because in my mind, that's the only universe where Kojima could potentially regain control of Metal Gear, Policenaut, Snatcher, all of that stuff, is if Konami was bought out, and then Sony was like, okay, we have all of these IPs that we don't know what to do with, and they're like, hey Kojima, do you want access to your old stuff? I feel like that would be kind of cool. I don't think that Kojima would necessarily do anything with it, but if it did happen, like, the MGS community would explode. The gaming world would explode because everybody would be begging him to go back. Yeah, I just hope that Konami doesn't do anything with MGS. I just don't want them to touch the series anymore. I think that for all of its flaws, Konami can only do more harm than good to the game. The only person who can do anything good with it is Kojima, and he's obviously moved on. And, you know, Death Stranding 2. I don't think I think that's probably going to get a PC port. I hope it gets a PC port in 2026. That would be kind of cool. I hope it does. I hope it happens, because I still have yet to finish DS1. And if DS2 gets a PC port, then I would be like, ooh, then I would probably finish DS1. Which I know would make me kind of a bandwagon, but... whatever. Anyway, it's been an hour. Thank you all for joining me today. I know this was relatively short. Not anything too crazy, just kind of going through and playing Ground Zeroes again. But I love this game. God, I love this game so fucking much. It's so great. And it's such a special... It's got a special place in my heart. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with the Phantom Pain, but Ground Zeroes I will always and forever cherish. So, thanks everybody for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.